This meeting of the Green Bay Public Arts Commission. Today is Wednesday, July 26th. We're at City Hall, room 604. Are we rolling there?
Yeah, she's up there.
Yep, go ahead. Hit the record.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Recording. We're recording. Okay. We're in room 604. It is 6 a.m. So I'll do a little roll call here. Ken Hutchison, present. Alex Zacharias.
Present.
Randy Scannell.
Yo!
Cheryl Wig is here.
He's here. Just stepped away.
Need more coffee?
Pooja Weller.
Here.
Liaison Stacy Thompson.
Here.
Beth Lemke.
Here.
And we have one more new liaison today, Lee Clemens.
Present.
From the Civic Symphony. And staffer Laura Schley. God, I always mess that up. What is it again? Schley. Why is it easy?
She's such a sly one.
There you go. You'll never forget.
So, can I entertain a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
I
Second.
say.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Good. Also, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from June 28th, which I hope you all looked at?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Great. We have no communications today, so let's get right into our old business. We have UWGB intern project presentation today. Can I entertain a motion to open the floor?
Motion to open the floor.
Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So, what do you guys have for us today?
All right, well, first, I'd like to say good morning to everyone, and thank you for having us, as well as allowing us to present our presentation. My name is Angela Collier.
Wade Conant.
Nikki Tao.
Harrison Bonder.
And Michael Lazari.
And today we're here to present to you the project we've been working on for 2 months now, which is the inventory for the Green Bay Public Art Project. With that as well, we also have a map that locates each piece of public art in the city, and as well as several story maps which highlight each district within the city. So before we get to the presentation, I'd like to discuss a little bit of detail of the process which we went through to locate the pieces of art. So as the inventory shows, we have located over 200 pieces of art in the city, which is just astonishing. We didn't expect that at all.
Wow.
And in doing so, we did the process of splitting up the city into different sectors. And I believe we have the west side, east side, Broadway district, downtown district, Lombardi Avenue, University Avenue, and Old Main district. So within those sectors, we found an array of different styles of art, ranging from murals to statues to sculptures, and just a whole bunch of different styles. So in order to obtain these the information for these pieces of public art, we located each public art piece by an ID number, then a title. If it didn't have a title, we just came up with a name that pretty much explained it. The address of it, the coordinates, the condition of it, which is ranked from a scale from excellent to poor, I believe. And then also just a brief description which describes the piece of public art. So each piece of public art is highlighted into the story maps that we have included in the presentation. Well, not in this one. This one's just kind of a brief one that highlights one piece from each sector, but we do have several that highlight each sector and then those pieces of public art. Along with describing each piece, we also included a photograph so it complemented the description. And so this is the story map which we'll be presenting today.
And so first we're going to start off with the NWTC. We found that they had 3 abstract sculptures outside of it. I think we ranked this one, I think they were about good. They look a little rusty, but that's kind of like how the art style was designed for that. So this is just kind of like an overview of the picture that we took there. Along with our story map, we have a little description inside of here, which they're featured on the Northeast Wisconsin Technical College grounds, up in the western sector here. I don't know why she's a little far out, but. And then from there, we went to Lombardi Avenue, which also included the, I want to say, the Walk of Legends monuments, which had a bunch of those footballs, different players, numbers, all that, which I never realized was there until I took the time to actually go and explore that area.
You haven't been to a Packer game?
I've been to a Packer game, I just never walked down Lombardi past the stadium.
Okay.
Yeah. Which they don't really pop out at you, but they're very well, constructed and all. And very beautiful marble, and not all of them have footballs, which there is some hidden on Tony Cannondale Run, which I didn't expect, but And then moving on to our downtown area, right off of our river here, or Fox River Trail, we also have some sculptures down there. We have, this one is the renewal sculpture. There's several fish sculptures. There's a Fox River renewal sculpture on top of like the water project as well, which those are very creative, and they also enlighten that area a little bit, help bring families out, we found. And I think that one, it was designed to be a little rusty. She is a little bit, rust tone form. Off of Old Main Street, there is a really well-done mural that I found. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this mural. I really like this mural because she's still well-maintained, very beautiful. It's very colorful. But there is a second half to it, which we didn't include in this one, just to kind of keep time moving. And then we also found a number of like neighborhood signs, which these, I believe a majority of them are wood, and then they were carved out with painted, and they really bring a lot of pride to neighborhoods. I've asked an individual before, they actually really like this. They didn't even know it was there, to be honest with you, until they realized that their neighborhood actually meant something to the city of Green Bay. There's a lot of established neighborhoods. They're all over the place. I'm sure there's still some out there still eluding us. But, and then that kind of just ends up concluding this little presentation map. We do have multiple forms of this, including all the districts that have the full length and the depth of all the art pieces in those districts.
Yeah, how do we access this map, and is it available to the public?
It will be, this one, I believe the presentation one is not 100% available to the public right now, but yeah, they should be all available. We're working with Aaron on that to get them all available to the public.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so if you go onto the, and we'll send links to you guys too, but if you go to the arcgis.com or the story maps, I don't remember if that's like storymaps.com or something like that, and you search in the search bar, they have different tags on each of these maps that say
Sure.
Green Bay, Public Art, or Story Map, or something like that, or the district. And you can just search that website and it'll come up in the public gallery.
Okay.
Along with a ton of other maps too.
I mean, we could actually put it, I mean, we can share it on our page, the
Yeah.
BAC, but I'm thinking, isn't the city in the middle of redoing the website now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
things are down
Yes.
and not
Yeah,
working
yeah,
right, so I think once that up, we can link it
Yep.
for our new website.
And another great potential, some other smaller cities in Wisconsin have created apps for tourists to come around, and they can,
Yeah.
that kind of talks to them, well, describes each of the sculptures. So this is a great project.
They'd be very active.
So maybe we need to figure out, like, Chamber of Commerce or who can really use this and, you know, leverage their organization.
Visitor Center,
Yeah.
Visitors Bureau.
Visitors Bureau, okay. Chamber of Commerce probably,
Not as much probably as a Visitors Bureau, because they're all, you know, most of the tourists, they come and then they, typically that's their one stop to find out what to do in the
Visitors
city.
Bureau, okay. Yeah, great, so we can get that with it, great.
All right, and so that pretty much concludes our presentation, and now we'd like to open the floor to any questions that you have for us or about the project itself.
So were you able to find some of the monuments? Oh, I see, so there's one monument of Zach Taylor, which is a relatively new piece of art. How many, I see Twin Towers Monument, which, yes, you know, is in very poor condition. Because this is a question that Randy had. So when you were looking at all the art and monuments, like how many did you find off the top of your head? And what was the nature of the monuments?
I'd say maybe, let's say maybe 30 or 20 or so. I know there is a number in the downtown district,
Okay.
but pretty much what entitled a monument was something that wasn't more or less, I know there's a lot of rock formations with kind of the plaques on them. We didn't count that just because it was more of, I guess, informational type of piece, but something that had maybe a statue with it or something was actually dedicated to a specific thing we included with. So, for example, I know that the Veterans Monument behind the museum was included, both of them were,
Okay.
and also along the Fox River Trail, the fire, Green Bay Fire Department one, so things like that, but we kind of avoided the rock ones just because there were so many of them and they didn't really, they weren't really, I guess,
Artistic?
Yeah.
in a sense.
That makes sense. And then, one more, if I may. Ghost murals, did you find any of those, like those advertisements? So we had talked about that as well, that sometimes in some places in town there are advertisements that were painted a long time ago on the side of buildings. So did you find any of those?
I think we found one in the Broadway district, which was kind of way by the East Mason Bridge. It was
Okay.
an H&D Customs mural, and it was in pretty poor shape,
Oh,
so it
yeah.
wasn't very.
So I see, that's the one,
Mhm.
okay.
But
All right.
otherwise, we did find other ones, but they weren't more, they were just kind of text itself rather than just an image.
Oh,
So we
okay.
just wanted to do kind of more of like a, more of an image type base more than just text itself.
Okay.
Thanks.
And I see that most of them are public. Were there any private ones out there that?
Do you guys find any public or private ones?
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's,
On public, on private property.
On
Well,
private-
no, but that would still be public art.
Right, but
Yes, we did actually.
okay.
On Oneida Street, I think it's like a block or two from the stadium on Oneida Street. The gentleman
Yeah.
had the wooden football sculpture
Uh-huh.
in front of his roundabout.
oh, yeah.
Yes, we did include that.
Oh, awesome.
cool.
Good.
Also,
Did you knock on his door and let him know?
No.
I think, well, so the definition of art, public art would be anything, any type of artwork that's in the public right of way, even if it's on private property, like that Green Bay mural, that's on private property, but we'd still consider that public art. And I noticed you guys did that also.
But do we have as much control over something like that?
We don't have control over it,
No.
no.
Oh, right, so it'd be kind of good to know what's what, maybe, as a footnote.
Well, yeah, even the ones that are public, we don't necessarily have control over them. No, the ones that we commission and the ones that we will, you correct me if I'm wrong, Celestine, but I think the ones that we will commission, the rotating arts program, we'll have control over those.
Right.
But the existing artwork, we can probably make recommendations to how we should handle them if they're on public property, but we can't like deaccession them without just like that on.
Well, no, we can, but we would, the deaccession process would begin with us.
That's true,
probably.
I think so.
I mean,
Is that right?
It could, I mean,
With a
if it's on public,
recommendation.
if it's
well,
on
yeah,
public
yeah.
property.
Everything's
yes,
still gotta
right.
go through the council and stuff, I mean,
Right.
but we're
Yes.
it.
Yep.
We're the.
You're right, yep.
But then we'd have to find a funding source.
So, I have a question for you guys. I noticed the condition, did you ever find or encounter any that should have been removed? Like were in such poor condition that they, deaccession is the term? Did you see any that probably would be considered for deaccessioning?
I mean, I know that the Twin Towers one, because each of
Yeah.
us actually did a section of the city, so we would be assigned, before we even started going out and reviewing the art, we each designated a specific sector to each one of us, and then we would kind of rotate off. So not all of us got to experience the entire city, but we did get to experience a majority of it. But I know I did kind of the downtown district, and I noticed that the Twin Towers one was in pretty bad shape. I know there's been some discussion about doing something about that, but
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be nice to maybe repair it, but I don't know if that'd be too
It's on the
expensive or
slate,
not.
No,
Yeah.
it's coming down.
Anything else, any other ones?
No.
There was one on Old Main. There was I think it was some sort of old advertisement of a woman, it looked like, but half of it was gone. And
There's a mural?
it wasn't a mural, actually. It looked like old, kind of abandoned building, but on the very front, there seemed to be a painting of like half a woman, but half of it was destroyed, so I really couldn't
Okay.
tell what it was. But you could tell at one point it was painted on the front of the building.
And you put that on there? It's on
Yeah,
there
it
somewhere?
should be on
Okay,
there.
well, that's good. They have it in there, okay.
And it, oh, I'm sorry, you had another question?
Yeah, but go ahead. If it's pertaining to that, sure.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, on Broadway, the parking meters have been, you know, they've done things with that. Now, would that be considered art, or is that more just kind of a decorative kind
No,
of?
it's
That's-
art.
Yeah.
It's art, okay, okay.
Is it in here?
Yep, all those,
Okay,
are you talking about all
perfect.
those specific,
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
yep, all
On the
those are.
parking
meter
meters,
tops,
okay,
I
yeah,
think.
Yeah.
meter tops,
Section.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, definitely. So I had a question about the neighborhoods and how they related to the density of artwork. Would you say that you found any association between the two? Like the ones that had higher, art content, how the neighborhoods reflected that?
I would say a little bit, just because I know that the downtown district obviously has a lot more artwork than, let's say, the east side, for example. So I feel like if it's more populated, neighborhood-wise, residency-wise, yes, it has less art, but if it's more of like a public place, like example here downtown with more buildings and more kind of activity, I thought there was a lot more pieces of artwork.
Would you all agree with that?
Yeah.
Question, this is more of a structural idea, but where is the database held, the website? And in format, because this becomes an issue in terms of how do we share a wonderful database we help create on website, link at this, the city hall, this website. it looks like it's an access database format. When we're archiving art, whether it's film or music, we have this data or metadata. If it's in a similar format, it can be added to or somebody decides. So it basically, we've created data, and how do we share it or link it to the Chamber of Commerce? So this looks like, it could just give me a little bit about your methodology or where it's housed on the website and how that, I mean, just looking forward, there are programs that Library Science is using to make it extend across multiple platforms. So what did you do to do this for the website, without getting too detailed?
We pretty much put all of the information into an Excel format, and then all of that is actually in a public, or not public, it's actually all in the Green Bay's Dropbox that was created for us.
Right.
So we have each sector in a Dropbox along with its own sector's Excel sheet in there. And then we have like a master Excel sheet that has every single piece in it.
Okay.
Now, will we be able to access that Excel and then like click on condition, and then they'll all, like, it'll go from poor to excellent, it'll filter?
It should be able to filter, and I want to say like off of the alphabetical wise, like it should automatically, and then put them all in order that way.
And I think that'd be helpful, like we could do a locational filter,
Well, it's still an
conditional.
Excel file, which means that if you're going to have to edit it in Dropbox, you'll have to download it remotely,
Okay.
edit that, then upload it again. So unless you have a special version. The other thing is, it's all the information is going to be put onto the GIS map. So in anything, we could actually have a submission form on the GBPAC. So if someone does come across a new piece of art, then they should just submit it, and then you have access to then provide that information. And of course, you can control then what's art based on the descriptions that we put forward, and what's someone's painting in the backyard.
That's a great
Right,
idea.
I mean, yeah, painting, okay, that's also art, but if it's accessible.
We
right,
probably
that's a
review
public
that,
art.
right,
Yeah.
before we put it on.
Right, exactly. So I think that kind of control might be better, and not that it's open to the public and should probably go through you. I'm assuming that you
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Laura, Yeah, sorry.
Right, so that way, there's a level of control and filtering, so that, not everybody can just start
Yeah.
dumping things, and then it'll affect the GIS map.
Right. Yes.
And then maybe future considerations that we have tourists from throughout the globe, languages and such, so that's it's accessible to most people.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, the
Well,
one
and
thing-
I also think, just to capture what Lee had said moving forward, right? So we want to make sure that we are not just focused on visual art, right? But that we're focused on performing arts. And so, for instance, putting copyrights aside, the piece that Michelle had composed for Metropolis, right? So let's say that she agreed to have pieces of that, her original composition, on the GBPAC website for art that's in Green Bay. So we want to make sure that we have the capability, as Leah is saying, for a database for film files that are created here originally, especially any that are sponsored by the GBPAC. Music files. We want to make sure that, and I think that's something,
That's a great
Laura,
idea.
for us to think about, as we move forward and as the website our city website gets recreated, that we have some way of capturing this, even if it's just clips, so we can say to anyone who would look that this is what is going on artistically in Green Bay.
Yeah, and then we have a log of it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. So it would be a database of different mediums also, because this is all visual. And it'd be hard to put on like a musical element on a map, but it still would be applicable in our database. Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay. Do we have any other questions for our UWGB interns? You did an
I
amazing
do.
job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yes, oh yeah. Really good stuff, thank you. But before you go, since it's a public meeting, you can just write your name and home address, and then I'll just put that, we'll put
I
that.
think they might do it, I think they might.
They might have done it already.
No.
But you do.
Oh, you did over there?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect,
Oh,
okay, yeah, awesome. I didn't realize that, okay, awesome, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again for your time as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, thank you. And if you have any other follow-ups, feel free to reach out anytime.
And thanks to Matt and Aaron too for
Yep.
shepherding,
Yep.
being
Yep.
the staff shepherds, so.
And Marcelo Cruz. who's
Was it like
here.
30
And Marcelo, who is in
Put this
Ecuador
together.
still,
Yeah.
I think.
He's in New Mexico
He's
right
in New
now.
Mexico now, yeah. Okay.
Ah,
Very good.
Okay, very good, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
well done, thank you.
All right,
Okay.
motion to close the floor?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Okay, item number 2. That girl is right here, guys. Discussion with possible action on commission member status. So, the one comment I have about this is Pooja's here today.
Yay!
And I think we should use Pooja's abilities as long as we can. So you're.
I might be here till fall, winter.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Really?
I hope you
long
sell your
story.
house, but I also hope you don't sell your house.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are hoping that so much, it's not actually happening.
No.
Oh, well, it's not on the market.
I'll remove mine. What?
Yeah, no, long story.
Okay. We're happy you're
Public.
here.
Yeah.
We're really happy you're here, Pooja.
Thank you.
Do we have any other, I mean, if Pooja's here, I'm happy about this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well,
Do you
we
want a
didn't
motion to fill
decommission
that
her,
seat?
did we?
Well, we
Not-
did, well,
we kind of.
right, because we filled them, but can we, like, can I
Right.
make a motion that Pooja's seated until you sell your house?
Seated.
Until she moves away.
Until you move,
I
or,
motion.
I,
motion.
yeah.
you know,
Okay,
so.
second?
Okay.
Second?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 She can be
Now you
vice chair.
start.
Yeah. No.
Tomorrow.
No, we got you in that hole now.
Too late.
Yeah, this is some bad news. Alex is now the vice chair, so.
Congratulations.
But since you came back,
Absolutely.
No,
I'm here to support.
Okay, so let's move on to item number 3, discussion with possible action on the approval of Map Bureau's letter of support application for the mural project Felix the Fox.
Do we need to wait till he gets here? Can we rearrange our agenda till he gets here, or?
I don't think we need to.
Oh, okay, let's go.
We can pass it just as is.
So that-
Did you guys look at it? So this is just a letter of support, he's not asking for money. Yes, this one right here.
Do we know why Matt's not here for any reason, or?
No, I don't.
Touch base
I
with
invited
him, or-
him, that's all I
Okay.
can say.
It's,
I mean, it's up to us if we want to approve it with his absence. I would suggest we do. It's a cool mural. It'd be bringing more public art into the
What?
city, and it's a really unused space, so.
what is this? Building?
It's like I don't know. Do you know what
Is it?
that's called?
Do we know where it is?
Kind of a utility.
Is it a
So
water,
it's like a
is it a water building, or?
Yeah. So,
This will have to go through,
yeah, the city, we're just gonna write a letter of support
oh,
for
it's
this
a letter of
project.
support, okay.
He's gonna have to mess around with Public Works.
but through the magic of Photoshop, this is what he did.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not actually up, yeah. That's the thing these days, like, people see these and they think it's already done, so they're like, all right, done with that one. But, no, this has to be done, okay. The address, is it on here?
It's reference the Fox River linking east and west communities.
It's on, I think it's on Main Street.
402 Ridge
It's on like,
Terrace, isn't it?
No, I think that's his application, his house address.
Oh,
So Laura, do you
so
know?
160, oh, it's on Broadway, North Broadway.
Do you
No.
know
it's
if
on
he-
Main Street.
That's his office.
whoever has this, does he have permission for this mural on whoever owns that building?
It's city
Do you know?
property, he
I
does
don't
not
know.
have permission.
And he does
He
not
just
have
said he has the
permission,
funding set up.
but he does not have permission. So here's a little bit of a concern for us, I think. That doesn't mean we can't say yes, but, you know, we are a city committee, and it's important for artists who want to share their creativity to go through the appropriate channels. So my question to us, and, you know, just for really food for thought, is do we provide a letter of support before he's gotten approval?
If he's got approval, does he need a letter of support?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have a
support.
letter of
What would be good
support.
to have as an artist, I think.
I would say no. I'd say we can write a letter of support independent of the status of the project. If we feel like it's gonna be a good.
If it brings value to that community.
Yeah,
So, but
Okay.
where is this community?
it's on Main Street. He brought it up at the old Main Street sub-art committee thing that we sit on. I think it's, I don't know why my street view is not coming up. But, so Riverside Ballroom, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's across the street, and there's like a green triangle. I think it's on
It's
the
one of our
east
spots, I think,
side.
for rotating art, right?
Yeah, yep,
That big green
yep,
space.
that's one of our spots.
Oh, you mean on Newhall?
Between Newhall and
Yeah.
Water Street and Main Street.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be the old schooler here, Kent.
Yes.
I think if an artist wants a letter of support, he should appear before the
Be here.
PAC,
Sure.
pitch his projects, but we don't even know where it is at this point. And I like Matt, and I love this project, but
You want
I'm
him to
like, I don't know, I kind of feel like this is second meeting, right? Didn't we have this in our
Yes.
last
Yeah.
month
We
as
did.
well? So I'm glad we have a picture now, but I don't know, I'd
Yeah.
like to hear from Matt and what inspired him to do this, and
Yeah.
where is it? and-
And
But if we
why-
get,
why
if we, what if there was some artist who, from Madison, Milwaukee, New York, who wanted to do something, they may not necessarily
So Skype them.
be able to be
Skype
here.
in.
Skype.
Skype,
Okay.
Yeah.
ah,
I mean, it's, I like it, I mean,
yeah.
I
And
wouldn't
there's
vote
nothing like-
against it,
right.
but I like to hear from the artist on.
And there's nothing like the pitch, you know?
Right.
I mean,
Right, so
we all
that's,
have to.
Well,
go
how
through
about
it.
we can approve it based on his appearance for next time he comes?
what's his
A
timeline on it?
contingent?
Do you know when he's planning on?
Now I know
does it
the
say?
word.
No, I think he can probably
Finish
get this
before
done in a
fall of
day.
17,
Like, it's
so
not a very
would it
big
matter
scope.
if we held it out
Held it
till
up
the
until
August
August.
meeting, or? I don't know.
Sure, I
If it's a
think
2 to
that's-
3 day thing?
And then do we want to make that sort of a requirement?
That's a
You
good
know?
point.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should
Come and
maybe,
pitch.
if we're gonna, it should be, they should know, anyone submitting a letter should know that they need to be here then.
Then
We
In
should
some,
include that.
or at least be present in some
Skype
format.
works.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
Someone want to make that motion?
To amend our application,
To amend
and then
the
another
process
motion.
of the letter of
Add a
support.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
I second that.
What is the motion?
To amend our letter,
Application process.
application process for a
Okay.
letter of support.
To
Okay.
include their presence
That
at
it
the
includes the,
All right.
To require their presence.
yeah, in
Yeah.
some form.
Okay.
at the GBPAC. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
And then do we need a motion to
Motion
hold
to
this
hold
until
this.
next month?
Till August, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, can I get a
Make a
second?
motion,
Aye.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
and rest.
So we're gonna hold off on Matt Murrell's mural till August. So then we'll move into our new business, discussion with possible action on the RAP, which is the Rotating Arts Program, and the Annual Grants Program release plan. So I put this on there so that we could prepare ourselves for how we're going to release these programs, how we're going to let our artists know that these programs exist, and how to encourage them to apply. We're starting a database. We don't really have a huge network yet that we're associated with, so reaching the pertinent artists is going to be a challenge, I think, for us. So how do we develop a plan where we can get that out? Stacy, you have a database, right?
We do.
So you can't give us that database, but we can give you something to put out onto your database, okay?
Yep, you can give us information with what it is that you're looking for, who you're targeting, if there's any deadlines, or if any kind of information that you want to share with artists, and hand it over to Mosaic. Mosaic would put the call out to the specific groups if you're looking for local artists, regional, national, whoever it is that you're looking for. And then it's up to the artist to say, this is something I'm curious about, and reach out to you guys.
Okay.
And then the other thing is we could do a press release and have that go to all the local news outlets. I think that would help.
There's
Definitely
also,
press
I mean,
release.
there's also the Wisconsin Arts Board,
Mhm.
and so
And
there's
Cat.
Mosaic, Wisconsin Arts Board, and then I also got in touch with another group that I can't recall. I'm not sure, there's also other arts commissions, so there's Curran Wolf in Madison. I mean, I think that we have existing networks of people that we can put out there. Additionally, we don't want to just, let established artists know, but rather perhaps amateur artists.
Sure.
And so the community connections from the United Way, the neighborhood associations, actually coming to the GBNLC, I was gonna say GBPAC, too many acronyms, GBNLC meeting,
Yeah.
and saying, hey, we've got this rotating art program.
We actually want someone on the agenda in September.
In
We
September.
talked about that, yep.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
To represent this.
Just talk about what the
Okay.
PAC is
Right.
doing, probably some of the artwork that was found by
Yep.
students.
That would be fabulous, yeah.
And then
And it's
perhaps,
a free meal, too.
perhaps some of the usual media outlets, like morning news shows, just the.
Yeah, actually, you can,
Yeah.
the mayor appears on a show on a regular basis, the Nate Stewart Show, plus we do have the ability to get attention through the media, through the mayor's office. So, I mean, I think that we want to make sure we're touching lots of people, the existing professional arts community, as well as I said, like amateurs. And then, when it comes to the rotating art that we want to put like by West High School, for instance, and we would work directly with the,
West High School.
right, the arts administrator at DOB and then through the high school arts programs.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds like a lot of places.
Yeah. So another way to do it would be to have an event, but we don't really have the money to do that. But we should just maybe put that in our back pocket.
Or piggyback into an existing one.
Yeah.
We could actually have a booth at
Art Street.
Art
Is that
Street.
possible?
We could. We could just plunk ourselves down with Stacy's kind permission.
Yeah, we could see if we could develop something there.
Yeah, and if you have flyers or anything or posters, we can display too.
I mean,
Awesome.
honestly, I think just even if we could plunk ourselves down and have rotating of what the students found in art, I mean, I think people would be shocked to find
I
out
think
that there were
so.
200 pieces of
Mhm.
public art.
That'd be
created.
valuable.
Yeah. Would you guys, any of you, be interested in showing up at the GBNLC, which is the Neighborhood Leadership Association?
Council.
Neighborhood Leadership
Oh,
Council.
yeah.
We'll
That's right.
contact you. We have to set
Yeah.
the agenda for September, so.
Okay. But
And like I said, free food.
Yeah, free food.
There isn't one.
Students.
There isn't one out. Cheryl, there isn't one out.
But the agenda's already set for August.
Oh, right, yes, okay.
And then, Kent, in terms of putting our word out there through an event, I mean, this is, I think this is part of the fundraising effort that we need to
Yeah.
have, so.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in the chairman's report. Also, every time we install a new piece of artwork, that's a time to like really let out some fireworks, maybe even literally.
Ooh.
We have to get the fire department involved.
Balloons are good.
Okay. Any other
Then they're
discussion?
bad for the environment.
Otherwise, we're going to move forward.
Biodegradable balloons.
Okay, item number 2 is discussion with possible action to approve the rotating arts program contract, which we had developed.
I just want to let you
Attorney
know
Falls
that
is
Joe
here?
Falls,
Yes.
our one of our city
Did he
attorneys,
take any action?
and his intern Khalid, what's your last name?
Discussion.
Boatmeyer's, Bobeneider's
Yep.
here. Sorry, I butchered that, but I'm sorry about that, so.
Okay, can I entertain a motion to open the floor?
No, you don't have to, because he's a staff member.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What about the intern?
that's fine, because he's a staff member
Okay.
too.
Yeah,
You both
In-
did.
interns considered staff.
Great, okay. Well, so we've all had time to look at the contract, I hope. Cheryl and I were talking about it earlier. It looks really good. We have a few changes that I think we'd like to make. If you guys want to come up and have a seat, that'd be fine. And I'm
Can you bring
gonna.
mine up, because there's one.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
Joe, one of the things I was looking at, there's a term in this contract,
Yep.
and really, right, it's October through September, but it's rotating. So it may not be October through September. Is it possible to do something to the effect of, this is a one-year term defined by the PAC and, the city, and then we put those dates in on each contract? Because let's say an artist sells a piece, I mean, then we're gonna wanna fill that, so it may not be October, September, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we had quite a few discussions with Celsius and Laura about this, and when we put a term in, we knew that you guys were gonna have to decide what the term would be. So
Okay.
we talked to Laura, we thought maybe October through September would be a good start with that. And
Okay.
we give them, if you look at the contract, they have 60 days to, the last 60 days they could sell it. And they agree that the art's gonna stay there for the full year, but they could sell it within the last 60 days. So if you wanna do a shorter term.
Oh, okay, I see.
So that's what our thought process was, but if you wanna do.
So the artist is
quarterly
committing
or-
to a year. So if they place it up there and somebody buys it right away, like in a month, it has to stay there. Okay.
For 10 months. and
For
then
10
the
months, then
last
they
60
could sell
days.
it the last
Well,
two.
that makes sense too.
But still, even in that instance, so you're thinking the art would only be placed once a year?
So I think what our understanding was that there's different places, and in, like the rotating, they wouldn't rotate locations, but they would have one spot for the full time. and then he'd rotate the art in that location. That's what our understanding was, but you guys can.
Right.
No, that is correct.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I was thinking that, I mean, if a piece is sold, the client might want to take it right away. They might not want to wait 10 months to get their work.
Well, then that's the problem with, now we've got to find a piece.
But hopefully we'll have.
Should you set a minimum time though? Like,
Yeah.
Yes,
I
that's
just
what
put it up
should
on
be minimum
Tuesday and now
time.
someone wants it Wednesday, you should at least be like, okay, you can have it, but we need it for like
6
a
months.
month.
Right.
Or until we get something to fill that spot.
I think that would provide more flexibility and that would encourage more participation in
But
purchasing.
then what happens if we have this term, you know, October, let's say even July, right? And somebody buys it in December.
Well, we were talking, why do we even need a date? Why can't we just have like a committed 1-year term unless the
Because
project
then we're
is
not,
sold?
then how do we, then, I mean, we talked about that too. Then
So we could do
we're
that.
not
Placing it in
having,
winter might be
there
difficult.
isn't that pop.
Because then how are we gonna install
Pop,
the new
8,
piece?
Yeah.
you know, there's 8 new pieces, or we have 12 pads is our goal. Pop, 12 pads, 12 new pieces.
It's also only 1 day a year where we can celebrate the annual grants program. If there's a piece going up, you know.
I mean, the rotating arts program.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the rotating arts program. If there's like a piece going up here and there, that's media, that's all these different things that are gonna be coming together. I think that's,
I can see the pros and cons to that.
I think
Yeah.
that's.
I can see the pros
way
and
I'd
cons
like
of that too, you know, don't forget we have winter.
Yeah.
So.
I've installed pieces in the winter, it's not a big deal. Especially the way we're gonna be doing this, like with the epoxy. So, do you have any suggestions on this, Joe?
I guess what my thought was, and Tom was clear on this too, is that there's also going to be an issue with putting up, or installation and de-accession, I think it's called. If it starts on October 1st, let's just go with that date, is ever going to put it up on October 1st on all those locations? What our thought was maybe give the artist 30 days, they can put it up anytime within the month of October, and then when it comes to de-accession, give them the whole month of September to take it down, so they have from September 1st to the 30th, because you're gonna have a couple issues. One, everyone's gonna have different schedules, you know, if that gives you more than just one day to celebrate it. Maybe they do it like each weekend, they pick one to put it up. But then when you take it down in September, you have to make sure that it's off the foundation of the pad before the next artist comes in. So you don't want everyone taking it down September 30th or 31st, I forgot how many days there are in
Yeah.
September, on the last day, because if they don't, then what's the next artist gonna do in October? So maybe then it's almost like a 10-month term. They have 30 days to put it up, 10 months to keep it up, and 30 days to take it down, is what my thought was.
You know, I think, and we had talked about that, I think that makes a lot of sense, and the question we should have for ourselves, is this rotating art program, is it mostly for selling art, or is it mostly for
Public art.
putting art up? So if
Yeah.
it's mostly for putting art up, then I don't know why we would want someone to sell it within 30 days.
It's the option, and if we don't want to have that, then that's okay. A minimum term limit, I think is a good idea, like 6 months. But also, I think in order for this and for the GBPAC to be leveraged the most, it would be to allow the program to install and to take down throughout the year, because that's just going to give us more media coverage, and that's going to provide more opportunity for the artists to install work. Maybe they don't have something by October, they're trying to get something done, they complete it in January, so they install like in March or something like that.
I think it's invaluable to ask an artist, as yourself, so that we can hear their considerations, you know? Because sometimes we talk about for a community and we don't have that community at the table. So perhaps we should ask artists.
Well, but then, you know, we would be asking, I mean, I agree with you, Alex, about having people who are affected by something at the table. But this is, you know, we also want to make a contract so it makes it clear what the expectations are. And since we're government, we need to make sure that the expectations are clear for everyone.
Okay.
You know, one thing I'm going to say though is we've got our heads around this fall date because this is where we are with the process.
Correct.
I would not want to install art in October or September. I'd want to install it in April or May. So it's up the fresh stuff's up all summer. And then, so minimally, I think we need to get like fall installation
Out of
move.
our head.
You know what I mean, because the first round is screwy, getting the first
Right.
round up, you know what I
Okay.
mean, just how it falls. But I would think we'd want to place, however we do it, if we're going to do the first round of 8, we get it in now, but we really want that to be kind of an
In the
installation in the
spring.
spring, right?
Which is why I think like just having a one-year term commitment is advantageous, because we can get some in this early fall.
Get it in now,
And we
right?
can also put some new stuff in spring. We have that flexibility, and that doesn't mean that we, you know,
So basically what you're saying is you want to get rid of the dates, you want to leave them as open fields, but say that there's a 6-month minimum term. So that art piece must stay up for 6 months,
I would say a year unless it's sold.
a year.
And then
Well,
if-
unless it's
No, that's-
sold, but with a minimum
yeah.
of 6 months,
There has
because
to be, you have to think about like a minimum, like, you can't move this piece for no
For
less
X
than
amount.
6 months,
Right.
yeah.
regardless of
Okay.
whether, you can sell it tomorrow, but you
Right.
can't move it
For 6
until
months.
Yeah.
whatever.
It's a year contract, but it must be up at least 6 months.
right,
like that,
yes,
I like that. Let's do that.
Say that again.
a year contract, but
But
up for 6 months.
up for 6 months. And you
I
have.
might want longer, I would argue longer than 6 months.
I would argue
Because you know
longer
what,
than 7 and a half.
I'm gonna
too.
say, because I agree what you're saying, I think
People
it's
aren't
a
gonna see
benefit to
it.
the artist, but it's a public arts program.
Right,
Really,
they're
it's
gonna
a
drive
public arts
by it
program.
and it will be, you know,
Empty.
you
And
know.
it kind of behooves the artist, this is an opportunity to
And
Right.
Present,
not to
you know,
mention,
showcase, yeah.
the amount of work it goes into publicizing that piece, and then putting it into the, like, you know, getting all the information up, having her time and effort be put
Okay.
up there.
So
So if it's gone within like
6 months.
6 months,
That's a decent amount of time
6
from my
months is
perspective.
good, yeah.
But Cheryl, what do you suggest?
But if it's more than
I would
6,
say,
then.
well, you've got 10, the contract is 10, I mean, do we split the difference and say 8? I don't know, if we do 8, that would bring us up to spring of next year.
If we did, but I don't think we're gonna do this.
Only this
October.
first one and then do an amendment next year.
Potentially.
No, I
Bring
mean,
it to
we
where
could
we
say
want.
that, we could say a year, the term is a year, with a minimum exposure of 8 months, and then the year begins when we feel that it's appropriate. Like, we can actually start,
If we wanna do that.
we can start saying, so it's, if it's July, I mean, 8 months from now is March. So, if we want to say, hey, you know, we're gonna start entertaining new pieces for the next round, and then we can just begin our clock then.
Right.
Okay,
And we also want to include the language that it's a year contract for the minimum of 8 months, and they have 30 days in the first month to install, and 30 days at the end to remove.
okay, that's good.
That makes sense.
But-
Does that make sense to you, Joe?
Mhm,
Khalid? Okay.
So we could have something like, we'll have a date or
A
other,
space for it. We put
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
blanks.
a blank space.
Yeah, so we just have to fill it in just like this up
Yeah,
there.
okay, so it'd be a blank space for 1 year
Oh,
or 8 months.
Like, yeah.
No,
So-
Each
1 year
location
minimum.
would start
1 year
whenever.
minimum,
Okay,
8
yeah.
months and it's sold.
yeah.
Okay,
You might
Stacy,
want
the-
to.
yeah, go ahead.
You might want to add the option of extending it at the agreement with mutual parties.
We had talked about
Sometimes
that.
they love this thing and everybody wants to see it and you want to
With
do
the
it, or
option
you
of
don't have.
extension.
Or you don't
Yeah.
have a thing to replace it, and that could really happen too.
yep, because that's our option. We can vote that down if there's a piece that we love, sure. I
So
don't see why.
just like a line.
It's an
that
open-ended,
something-
extended,
If
mutually
mutually agreed
agreeable.
upon, piece may stay longer than year or something like that, if
Yeah, we could put
there's a
something
mutual
like
agreement
that.
between the artist.
With
and
no
the-
additional money, though.
Right, it would just continue to stay there,
Oh.
kind of thing.
Okay,
Right.
okay, so let's entertain a motion. Can I entertain a motion?
Well, why don't we go through all of them, and then we want to do one motion just to approve the contract?
To
Or-
approve the updates? Okay, so what's our update look like right now?
Well, it's the one with this,
So we're going to do 1 year. We'll leave the date blank. We will say a minimum term of 8 months with 30 days to put it up and 30 days to take it down.
Okay,
so that'd be that change there.
very good.
And then the other, under number 5, when they talk about the stipend, it's listed as just a straight $300 up front. My question is, knowing the cost of deaccession sometimes, do we want to break that up into a 200 up front with 100 upon deaccession?
Is that a question for us or them or?
First to us.
For everyone?
I think that's fine, I think that's a great idea.
You know what I mean? Just so we don't, like, who knows? Let's say the artist leaves, dies, whatever, we've got this piece now, okay, what do we do with it? Well, there's gonna be a cost to remove that to someone, us.
I'm in favor of this, yeah. How do you
You wanted to
guys
split, can we just split that?
What do you
or
want to do, 200 up front, 100 at the end?
feel?
Would that
That's
be
what we're
appropriate, do
thinking.
you think,
Yeah.
200 up? $1,500.
Alex, what do you think?
Yep.
Okay. I think we're all in favor. What do you guys think?
As long as you have the budget.
We
Yeah.
do.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was the only other one that I had to.
Great.
Is there a certain time, like, what do you mean, like 100 when it's being taken down? Is that?
Yeah, 100 during deaccession.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
This is deaccession when it's removed?
Yes.
So it'll be paid on that first day of those 30 days that they get.
Yep.
I would say last day of the 30 days.
Oh,
they
the
get.
last day of the 30 days?
Yeah, I would say the
Sure it
check
gets
is
there.
delivered when it's removed.
Unless they need the cash to actually take it down.
I'd agree with Cheryl. I'd say just get it at the end.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
$100. I mean,
It's labor,
Yeah.
it's the person's.
if I'm deaccessioning, I know that money's coming in, I have $100.
It takes you a day to take it down.
Yeah, that wouldn't make me feel,
Okay.
Would you okay with that?
yeah.
All right. And then Kent, I think you had one, right?
Well, I had the question about the insurance. Something that, artists sometimes are not too savvy with contracts and specifically with the insurance clauses. So the way I was reading this, I was like, whoa, I need to have something including all appointed officials, all employees and volunteers, all boards and commissions. I'm like, what the heck does that even mean? That tells me that I'm gonna have to pay a lot of money for insurance for this piece that I'm getting $300 for. That scares me away. Is there any way that we can legally, just something like provide proof of insurance?
But Stacy, do you have a comment about how much this insurance costs? Or Alex?
But to stay on topic.
Well, because if it's not expensive, let's first talk about whether or not.
But I'm not asking, I'm talking about the way it's
It's a
reads.
word.
Yeah, but that's our standard.
Yeah, when you have any kind of proof of insurance, you can put in it the clause of, I want to have these additional people already included. And it's just added onto what you already have
Sure.
for insurance.
That still doesn't change that this looks like,
Reads scary.
yeah, that's my point.
The verbiage doesn't sound friendly.
So that's why I'm asking
So I'm wondering if there's
Joe.
an explainer,
Well, is this possible to do?
So I guess maybe what I could do is just, do you want to explain this, Sonny, or do you want me? Okay. Well, this is, when we talked about this, and Khalid, really helped draft this. He did a great job of doing the bulk of it. And when we got to the scary language with insurance indemnification, we had some conversations on it as well, so it happens.
Insurance language is
So
always scary, right?
the insurance provisions, I'm gonna have to run that by risk anyways and have them see what it is. And I also would like to see if you guys have any contracts that you have with like art and museums, like what insurance they ask for as well. I think that'd be helpful to put in here. But what this means, the second paragraph is what I think you're talking about with including all elected and appointed officials,
Yeah.
all
Right.
employees. So what that means is whenever we get someone to have insurance that's on our file, they name us as an additional insured. All that does is when something goes wrong, we then can make a claim through their insurance company to have their insurance company pay out to us. That's all it means.
Right.
So it's nothing about.
But is
the-
Is there a way for you to reword that?
Yeah.
Like you just said it?
Provide proof of insurance.
To the city, add the city of Green Bay as opposed to, that all our names.
But let me ask this question. So if we don't put that, does the insurance do what it needs to do?
Right.
This is
Yeah,
the
that's the
standard language from our insurance company,
Yeah.
that they want this language in there. And whoever's in the law department, if it's me or one of the other assistant attorneys, we have no problem explaining this to whoever has questions as well. They could always give us a call and we can explain this.
And Laura is the gateway, so.
Right.
I'm delightful, so.
well, as a filmmaker, when I've submitted to like film festivals like TVS, that language is pretty complicated.
Yeah. I have not seen this, though, this red segment here, that including all elected officials, like that, this is new to me. So, if there's any way to make it, to consolidate it any way, I would encourage that, but if we can't, then we can't.
I think you're right that we could just name the city of Green Bay as an additional insured.
That would be
I
much
think
better.
that can be done.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
it's
great.
just the
Can I take all
identification
elected
language.
officials? Come on.
That'll be the first thing taken off.
Try to save up that money there, Randy.
Is there any other questions then with contract, Laura?
I
I just want to make sure that, well, it says like the city, is this going to make sure that we're the ones like
Oh, right.
managing it and kind of deciding, or who?
Where's that? Okay. So, so this is a program within the GBPAC, the Public Arts Commission. So maybe we should entertain something that says consideration with possible action to approve rotating arts program and authorize the Public Arts Commission to manage and coordinate the program. That way,
So what that's about is, we have potentially our goal, we have 4 pads that will be going in this year, maybe even more. Laura and I found another place to put something. Hopefully we can get it all the way up to.
We have our 8 pads
We have 8.
established.
Yep, that's right.
Okay.
Yep, found the 9th one. So hopefully we can get some more, put in. But our goal for sure is to have 4 this year, 4 next year, 4 or 5, and then, really 12 to 15 is our ultimate goal.
Right.
Every year, 12 to 15 pieces of art.
Are going on.
Right.
Right.
And so it would behoove the commission especially for something that is not permanent, that we have the ability to manage and coordinate the installation and selection of that art.
does that mean we reserve the right to dictate what goes where without bringing it to the common council?
So we would be the ones, what would behoove us, I think, is for the GBPAC to be the final authority on the rotating arts program.
Sure.
Annual grant program, because as the ordinance as written, we are advisory,
So we're kind of changing that though.
only for the rotating art program.
Okay, for now, yeah. Because I think it would behoove us also to do it for the annual grant program, but,
I disagree, but.
okay, well, let's stick with the PAC then.
So if I were to make a motion to approve this contract with the changes as provided, as well as granting the PAC the ability to make all final determinations for the placement and decision of which art pieces go up,
So
is
I
that
think
what
the
we're looking
language
for?
is to manage and coordinate.
Yeah, manage and coordinate.
To manage and
Or final
coordinate
authority.
the
Wait,
rotating
final
arts
authority,
program?
so yeah.
Very coordinated.
Would that suffice, that motion, manage and coordinate, approve this contract
Yeah,
as
I think
amended?
what-
Manage and coordinate.
And manage and coordinate the rotating arts program.
I don't know. if you
The
have
final
any thoughts on
authority.
that,
Sure. No thoughts.
Okay.
No thoughts.
That sounds good.
Just the rotating arts
I
program.
concur.
We can have another discussion about annual grant, but.
Okay.
just
Okay.
rotating art.
Okay.
And manage and coordinate gives us the ability to make the decisions on the art pieces without the council approval.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would need to be messy, I would think, just to
That kind
put
of-
everyone back. Okay.
That, I see that as more technical stuff, and
Right.
the council doesn't be involved in that
Yeah.
kind of stuff and all that.
Okay, so
Cool.
is there any
That's my
other,
motion.
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody give me a second.
Second?
well, no, wait, so we're gonna be approving all the,
All the
All the-
amendments,
all
all the
the
changes.
Yes, all the
Yes.
changes.
All the
Okay.
changes as amended,
Plus
and
the-
manage and coordinate.
Correct.
Randy, you seconded?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Very good. Thank you guys very much for your help.
Thanks.
This is fun, let's do it again sometime.
That's the next meeting.
Yeah, Wednesday at 8, but Cheryl always makes coffee, so that makes it good.
Okay, so, we're gonna pull item number 3, which is request for proposal for a grant-funded project, which,
Do you want to receive and place on file?
Make
or-
motion to receive and place on
Motion
file.
to receive and place on file?
I second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so we don't have any bills today, so the informational chairman's report, I have a few things. We had discussed the idea of putting together a financial or fundraising subcommittee. I think we should keep that on the radar. Jason Gillig, who came in, who's an applicant for the, he's a friend, and he's in the arts.
He's a friend.
And he loves the arts, and he's also has a pretty extensive business background, and he reached out to me asking.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, asking to be a part in whatever he could play, and so I suggested, we got together and met, and we brought up the subcommittee, and he said, oh, I'd love to be on that, if possible, and I think he'd be a really great fit. Also, I have a few other people who I would like to consider. Jim Ribbit, haven't talked to him about it, but I think he'd be good. Wendy Townsend. I think she'd be a really great person to have on. And also some people who are financially established, so to speak, and are kind of in the know with people who have money, who have expressed interest in the arts in Green Bay. So I think we should keep an ongoing list of potential subcommittee, because we're gonna have to start putting something together.
Yeah, what's the timeline?
The timeline, I think, is associated with our budget, and how's that going?
I think you'd get a commitment of a committee maybe this year, and then look at
Yeah, I think by the end of 2017.
any fundraising hard and stuff.
Yep, in 2018.
Okay, so
We need to get going.
Get everything set up, established, ready to go, and then.
do we want
Start the
to
campaign.
choose a month for that, or have the subcommittee established? Just say at the end of December.
I don't know, I would think in the next couple of months, might be hard with summer and vacations right now, you know what I mean? People start
But
getting more.
remember, everyone's coming back now. Basically, by the end of September, everyone's back because school starts and everything. And a lot of people are getting back into their routines. It's a good time to get on people's routines.
Yeah, you don't want to do it after like November 15th.
They've established,
But-
yeah.
But after September 10th, probably.
So maybe the October, let's shoot for the October committee meeting to establish our.
But I think that's something you can work with Laura on as the chair, coming up with names for that subcommittee. You know what I mean? That's a fundraising subcommittee,
But
so.
we have to pass it with a motion, right? Who's gonna be on it? Or can we just make it?
I don't know, that's
No,
kind
we're
of
just
the territory.
Committee.
Okay, that's fine with me.
I'm trying to remember what the.
You know what I mean?
9/11
It's-
meeting-
So do you guys have other suggestions
Huh?
for who would be a good financial planning participant?
You mean financial fundraising participant?
Yeah.
Or financial planning?
I
It's
think-
totally different.
Fundraising, yeah,
Fundraising.
definitely fundraising.
Okay, I have a few names.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ask them first before
Ah.
I
Tell
put
them
their
in
names
public,
out.
right.
Before you look at the camera.
Oh, come on.
Exactly.
That's a good idea. Come on.
Right.
Yeah, that's an open invitation to anybody, I guess, to contact either Laura or myself, if you have
With some
somebody.
name suggestions.
Yes, that'd be helpful.
Absolutely.
And I think it would be great to have a relationship with the tourism. I mean, because it's
Visitors and
kind of
tourism.
part of
Definitely.
what we're,
Mhm.
so have that really strong.
Okay,
And they have great connections too.
right, okay, tourism connection, so Laura and I can work on that. The other, one of the other things is the Cinevis update. Do you have anything new on that? Is there any new information, like
So that is
location or-
actually, I'm feeling like that was actually under this request for proposal. So asking for new information is something that needs to, I don't know,
It's
Cheryl,
just
doesn't that
chairman's
need to
report,
be
we can talk
agenda?
about it.
Yeah, but a report is like, I'm giving you information instead of asking for information. We want to go back to the
Okay.
number 3, we could, and I can give you an update.
Okay, can we move back to new business, item number 3 for a moment? And can you give us an update on Cinevis?
Right, so lots of struggles with that project. I think that, and the struggle really is around maintenance.
Okay. Do we have a location?
So there's many locations, the issue is maintenance, because that means maintenance and also preparation of the site, which would have to be on the city's dime. So we had a conversation about it yesterday at a staff meeting. I believe I've come to a conclusion about that, and I'm thinking that we will move forward with the project as it is presented.
Okay, that sounds like good news.
I
I
have
think
some-
maintenance is a big concern.
Maintenance is a big concern, because when they had drafted a document last year that had provided a lifespan for those elements, and that sculpture's not gonna last 5 years without,
Maintenance,
correct.
okay.
That's a problem.
We just want to make sure that, I mean, our funding is limited,
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
coming out of our
you know,
funds.
so.
Well, but then that means it comes from someplace else.
Right.
And some other department is not, other departments are not really keen
That's the
on
conundrum.
maintaining that.
Which location is this going on again?
Well, I don't want to say that right now, because I still need to talk to, I still need to.
People in charge of all
Yeah.
the spaces. Okay.
Correct.
But you guys have kind of come to an agreement that you're going to be moving forward on a location, you could say?
The location has not
Okay.
been in
Identified.
question, it's the
Oh.
maintenance, and which department is going to take that on.
But you have moved forward?
I think so.
And you don't have like a maintenance plan for it yet? That's it.
There's a
There's
maintenance
no
plan, but
money,
it's
there's no
money.
maintenance plan, and
Well,
there's
that's
no
what I mean,
money.
yeah.
Yeah, so that means a city department would have to take care of the maintenance of
Okay.
it, as well as repair the site and bring the electricity to it,
Yeah.
so.
It seems.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why are you moving
Why are
forward
we even
then?
moving forward with this then? Okay, and then, besides that, is there a way to then have the organization who wants to put this art piece up, that they have to go and find their own funding
I
for it?
have already done that, and that,
Oh.
the answer is no. So,
The last question I have
unfortunately,
about
not happy news.
Yeah.
We're having a
No.
good meeting, and it's don't mean to be Debbie Downer.
The WPS was, the last I knew that we were considering putting the sculpture on WPS property.
I've already
That's not happening.
explored that, and that is not an option.
Wow, I thought that was a.
So, yeah, I've been down every road. Give me another road. I've been down
The
it.
only one, could it go somewhere where there's a university? Because a university, they have students who could
So that
participate.
we need to get this done, this, like, in the
Oh.
next few months. So, and I quite frankly would not want to saddle UWGB or
Oh, I know, they
NWTC
don't
as
have
St.
the
Norbert
budget.
with, right.
I mean, this is a huge
Well, and I think it was
budget
meant for
drain.
downtown, wasn't it?
It was meant for a place with a high visibility,
High visibility
Maintenance.
downtown.
high
And like,
traffic.
I guess
Does it take that much to maintain?
electronics in the
It's a
weather.
touch, isn't it like it changes
It's-
colors when you touch it?
yes.
Parts of it, but I think they've gotten rid of some of those elements, but it's
Oh, okay.
electrical,
It is
Right.
which is
electrical.
definitely gonna require maintenance.
It's
I thought it gave
lights in it.
multimedia too, it's like
I don't think
metals
they
and
touch.
plastics
Mhm.
and
Like it's clean at least, or.
Okay.
acrylics.
Anything else?
What, you gotta go polish it or something? I don't understand the meaning.
And then,
If you saw it, you would.
So,
Yeah.
thought about that too. It's
Yeah.
not,
Talked
it's
about
not
the
a play
artist
element.
database
And
already.
It's not meant for children, unfortunately.
okay, that's all I got. Coordinator, report?
I included the budget.
Oh, so since we went back to that, we're still
Oh.
receiving and placing on file item number 3, just to.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Then moving forward again to coordinator's report, Laura?
I included the budget that's been updated, just as an update. The only thing that changed is I moved the wrap artist grant and wrap footing expenses to August, since we haven't put those in yet,
Mhm.
so I haven't spent the money, so hopefully in August, we'll, start spending that money and get some of that rolling. I talked to Steve, the contracts are set up for the cement, but we're gonna be getting those placed mid to late September. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's good.
Mid to late September? That's as soon as they can do it. Okay.
But are we putting more in than 4?
Yep, that's why I talked to you yesterday
Because
about
we can-
approving those other ones,
This is
because he
dope.
said that.
So we've got our 8 that
Yep.
we've already chosen as a committee, right?
Mhm.
Correct.
So we're gonna put the next 4 in?
Correct.
So all
I'm
the-
actually
So
going.
we're actually gonna get 8 in this summer instead of just
So we're actually
4.
closer to 10, which is my original goal. That's interesting.
You'll have to thank you, we'll have to thank you for Public Works for that.
So mommy down there.
No! I will not say those words.
But those 4 sites, Laura, one is RDA owned, and the 3 then are, what are the 3 other
Two are
sites?
parks,
Two are
and then the
parks?
other one is.
I'm trying to remember, I can't remember where we all picked even.
We have green space south of Mason and Hartung intersection, Lake Park between zigzags, sidewalk.
But those are the first 4?
So do the next 4.
What are
Next 4.
what are the 5 through 8?
Fisk Park at Dousman.
Parks.
Seymour sign on Walnut. Center
RDA.
of green space at New Holland, Maine.
That's just where you talk.
That's where the
Slide
fox
web,
is.
Is that where the fox is
Yep.
going?
Yeah.
Okay,
And then Wildcat Play at West.
That's also
Side.
parks.
okay.
I'm actually going out with Dan after this meeting today
Okay.
to check out the parks.
To look at those sites, okay.
sites.
Laura?
So I'll get that piece on RDA, and then we'll need to get park approval.
RDA, which is RDA?
The Seymour
Second one.
sign.
Yeah.
Seymour sign.
Oh, Seymour sign is RDA. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was parks, okay.
So these have been selected?
Yes.
Yeah, we-
So
I just haven't seen them, I'm just curious.
we went through, so, and actually, that's a really good thing if
You can
make a map.
provide
send out some of
packet.
the other, like the minutes from the last meetings to Lee and Alex, so that they have, so you guys are updated. But yeah, we selected 8 sites. And
Cool.
like I said, Laura and I found a 9th one on Irwin next to the Community Police Center. So
It's RDA.
I figured. And it's really wide open, and Irwin is kind of a big.
Next to the sign?
Next to the community,
There was a community policing sign on the corner there, and then the
yeah.
Yeah.
community policing center.
Yep, there's a lot of green space there.
Laura, would it be possible for you to put together just like a map with dots?
No.
Why do we need
That's
a
why
map?
we like
Yeah.
I like that.
That's good enough, but could you send me that? I know I have
Feels
that.
like
I
at
can't-
home.
I'm not gonna say that.
Or just a packet that we can have always when we have these
Yeah.
meetings.
Laura and Aaron, could you put together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron's like,
Aaron, could you help us out?
Stop coming
Why
to these
dots?
meetings,
Why not
you always
squares?
get work.
Stars.
Yeah, definitely.
Also color code it, please.
Slide by slide.
So that's the status of those. I've been working on the website. The applications for the Rotating Arts Program and the annual grant are up on the website and it's live, so people can apply.
Great.
I posted a call for artists on Portal Wisconsin, or Wisconsin Portal, and then also the art guide, so.
We'll probably,
Call out
that's
there.
good.
So when did you post that?
Just yesterday.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
So
let's
it's not
wait
like-
to do another
okay.
one before we have, for our release plan, put together a press release, and let's coordinate with Mosaic and Wisconsin Arts Board, Arts Wisconsin. Let's do it all at one time. Let's do it again then. So could you also work on a press release for both different programs? Outlining the application and the guidelines, and also how you can apply. And then, maybe by our next meeting, we can coordinate and do a blast. What do you think? Okay,
We could get that done probably within a week.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm thinking.
awesome.
But
But
you
you
know,
want pieces chosen by, like September, maybe
Yeah.
we'll be choosing pieces, I would think, if we want them installed.
yeah, yeah,
So once
for
the
the
ads are
rotating
out,
arts
sooner
program,
the
yeah.
Better,
right?
yeah.
We want to have them all chosen, so.
That's a great idea, to have that as a
30 days
goal.
to get 'em in.
Now.
So where's our
6
dartboard?
weeks.
We need dartboard if we're gonna be starting
So-
choosing, right?
So let's just put it, so if you want to put something out there for the annual grant program, we are going to need, are we going to need to have potential locations for her to go?
For the annual grants program?
If we're going to say to
No.
artists, hey.
We
like
don't
you-
have that for the annual grants program. For the rotating arts program, of
Right,
course.
so basically the artists would come to us, I never
Yes.
thought about this, artists would say, hey, I want to put a sculpture, you
Completely
know,
open.
I don't know, in front of the Neville.
Yes.
And,
If it's
would you-
public art,
okay.
we have the potential to
I
fund
get it,
Yeah.
okay.
How about a
Question
gargoyle
answered.
on
And it's a
top of
lot
City
easier
Hall?
if it's on the property of the Neville, because that's county, and that's different.
Okay,
A lot of them have
so-
regulations.
Oh, also, we need to develop a matrix for,
Yep.
for both. Would it be the same or would it be different? It would probably be different.
That'd be different,
Yeah, because, so we need to develop a matrix for which we will,
Okay.
like a scoring matrix
Yeah.
for
scoring
the.
matrix
that
for the annual
program.
grants program and for the rotating arts program, they'd be slightly different.
You can get Neo to help you with the matrix.
I'd actually go for Morpheus, but, okay, do we have any other, coordinator?
I was just gonna update on the 9/11 subcommittee.
Oh, yeah.
We met last week Friday. I think it was a good meeting.
Yes, very good, very good.
Basically, the plan is to take it down September 11th.
On September 11th?
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna have a ceremony. David,
Dave Litton, the
Dave
fire
Litton,
chief.
fire
and-
chief.
yeah, they're gonna be the ones who.
And the police chief.
Take the, basically what we
Girder.
decided is the girder is the only
Peace.
piece that we want to
value.
save
Okay.
from that. There's been talk that maybe we'll break up pieces of the memorial and use that as like a fundraising.
Not the girder,
Okay.
the other parts.
All
Yeah,
the
right.
stone.
Because the actual columns are stainless steel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we didn't know what to.
Cut that up, or,
Yeah,
that'd be kind of
At this
not.
point,
That
we'll
would be
just-
Yeah.
unsafe.
But it'd also be uncouth, I mean, cutting up towers.
Yes, I
and
know,
no,
that would
we
be
don't wanna
very
do that.
distasteful.
Well, this came from the fire chief, who's very vested in this project and takes this
I
very, very
believe it.
Yeah,
seriously.
he thought that.
Maybe
For
So
fundraising,
I actually, that 11.
Because the money would
that
go
one
fund
site
firefighter
Public
fund.
drawing.
That
Maybe
Laura
we
and I
don't
saw,
move the
we
piece
thought,
and
well,
somewhere else in the
you know,
closing code.
if
Oh, yeah, we
we
wouldn't cut
really
up
wanted
there.
to keep
Yeah.
those
Oh, no.
two
Columns?
columns,
that all comes
that perhaps they
later
could
for
go
fundraising.
Because that's the
there.
social
It's
media.
marble.
Okay, so, guys, one meeting.
I'm sorry.
If someone suggests we should do that,
if someone suggests we should.
I wouldn't
It also
suggest.
depends on
At this
whether
point, I think the
structurally
plan is to
attached.
remove the girder.
Yep.
Take that off-site processionally.
And
Police
go-
department, fire department. But
Yep.
then the other piece will be, Public Works will take the piece down and they will put it into a storage
Storage,
facility
okay.
at some point
Sure.
where it could be looked at, some other use or whatever that is. So that, it's not gonna be destroyed, it's gonna be stored.
Right.
So.
Is there a
Right.
plan for the space? What's gonna happen next?
No.
No.
He
It's not.
said that depending on the dam, he doesn't, I mean, we're gonna have to see how extensive the damage is underneath.
But he thinks he
But
should.
if the cement base is solid,
Wrap?
we could use
Yep.
it for wrap.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Oh, that's so awesome.
What time on September 11th are you planning to start?
Pretty close to when,
8:59 will be the actual removal.
yeah.
Coincide, I think. with
So
the South
we'll
Tower.
make sure that, and then.
We'll do
Laura
press
has-
release and that will.
That's
And then they're
fine.
presenting
I have
at the
access
August
to the
meeting.
electrical box out there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They'll take care of that.
So there'll be like a crane out to start
Lift.
disassembling it or something?
No, it's
No.
just the, it's really
just
the
goes
girder
through it.
piece.
Right.
Oh, really?
The
Yeah,
rest
the-
will
it's
be
coming off.
removed
Yeah,
I see what
later.
you're saying.
The rest will kind of,
Okay.
we're not
Well,
We're
gonna.
not doing the demolition that day.
No, no, no,
And it
that'll-
won't be a public demolition.
No.
It'll
That'd be weird.
We will transport.
That's it, that's what I
That's
thought
what he
would be a
was
little bit
saying.
strange.
Yeah, that's
No.
very
Have we thought about what this is gonna look like?
This is
No.
No, no,
girder's
that-
coming off.
just
So
a
then
girder.
The
Okay.
whole piece will then be transported to another location where then it will be taken care of.
Is the date on that set, like when the actual, when it's gonna be deaccessioned? This
I
year?
think they
or
thought
next
was,
year?
oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I think they were gonna do it within
Snow
the
flies.
month
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
When they,
of
the
it
ceremony.
happening, but.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah.
All right,
And
any other-
they may not be able to take it in total. it'll have to
No,
be-
it
yeah,
had-
but,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Laura, do you have anything
Huge
else for
concrete
us?
thing
Okay.
behind the stone.
Can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Not yet.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Oh, wait,
Holy
Lee,
cow.
you have to tell us something about yourself.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Lee?
Lee
Physician
Clemens?
work at Bellon. I've played for the Civic Symphony for 15 years. I've been on the board several times. My interest in art, my interest in being on that symphony is I think a lot of art is struggling since 2009. My goal is to see that organization, so we have a symphony orchestra for our kids and for our older people. And my focus is adult education. I have other connections in art. I have a daughter who's an archivist at Sundance in film and loves films, and so I kind of pay attention to the database of where those things are going. I have a daughter-in-law who's a mural artist who would love to paint one of your things and could competently do. I have another person who's into some of the things that are in the big cities that aren't in Green Bay, swing dancing and linking live music and the communication that happens in dance. I'd like to see some of those things happen.
Definitely.
How much time I have enough time to pull my hair out with my own boards, but I think it's important that music is represented. This is clearly about visual art, and that's very important too. But more importantly is the future for our fundraising is how we collaborate together. We have a symphony concert, and we can get artists in the lobby for nothing. When people who come to our concerts are more likely to say, "Hey, that's really nice." I'm an idea person. I'm not as organized as in terms of operational stuff, but also have a feeling for what's in, where do we need to go, and it's going to be cool.
Lee, do you have any questions about like what we are and what we provide and our?
I don't understand that. I was invited to come to see if I could add something.
Sure.
I know she said we need to represent music.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm saying yes, music, but in collaboration. I have to learn to see how the boards work.
I'll
I'm
give you
thrilled.
a real quick synopsis on like what we do. We provide advisement to the Common Council on arts-related issues like across the board, but also we are a program facilitator. We have 3 programs. the annual grants program, all of which you've heard about today. The annual grants program, which is a program that'll fund arts projects in the public, and that can be in any medium: music, murals, sculptures, literary performances, events. That's the annual grants program, and we offer, I think, $1,500, up to $1,500. That will be matched. The other program is the annual grants or the rotating arts program. That's the one where we're putting all these locations around the city with foundations for sculptors and other people, creatives, to put up sculptures that'll be up for 1 year with the option of being sold. So that's the rotating arts program. And then we have the letter of support program, which is if an artist or a creative is putting on a program that they think is public arts related, and they want a letter of support written for us regarding that program, that'll leverage them in fundraising efforts and all that kind of stuff. We'll provide that also. So we don't ourselves actually do art. We just help the artists. We're a resource, huge resource for artists in Green Bay to implement more public art in whatever regard.
Well, yeah, we're like the gateway in a way, to make certain things happen.
Yeah.
Through
gateway to art. We're the resource.
Yeah.
But also, like,
Pioneers.
we're a resource for the city if they have art-related
It's an
questions.
advisory committee to the
Yes.
city itself.
Right, exactly.
Right, to the city council. And so the reason why I wanted for sure someone from the Civic Symphony to come is because, as I said, I think that we needed some representation from the performing arts. I mean, Alex is a filmmaker, so we do have some, we need some more so that we have, I think, a good balance of
Good
visual and
perspective.
performing. And then eventually we need someone in the humanities too.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, the humanity.
So we're really interested in what you can provide in the context of public art. Like, how can we get symphony as a public art?
Yeah.
And how can we leverage that in Green Bay? I think it would be awesome to have people walking around with violins on the city deck and like actual pay them to do that kind of thing. So if you have ideas on how we can explore music and symphony and in the public venue.
I'm wondering, you know, we were talking about the GPS and the webpage for
Yeah.
sculptures and physical. I wonder if there's some way to integrate whenever this would be more of a mobile ongoing thing.
It's
but
almost too
performance
temporary.
art, if there's a way to show next month, well, I like, we should, we should put the farmer's market on there, because every Wednesday there are performance artists at the farmer's market. People, that's something we can
Sure.
advertise.
I
Calendar
think that's already
events.
on the city
Yeah.
calendar, right? But then the one thing is we could
I
retweet
don't think it
or
is, but-
repost anything that like the
Also
farmers
look at
market might do, or anything that the city symphony might be putting. We can repost their posts, or if they put something out, we can say, hey, to all of our audience, this is what we're doing, you know, or this is what's going on in Green Bay. So then that almost seems like extra work for you, but
We need
that's
tasks
one
for
way.
Laura, yeah.
that
She's
would
bored.
I've got another task, Laura. I'm kidding. As a filmmaker, we're always looking for tax incentives as to, you know, where we can create our
Right.
films. So I was hoping that would be something
that we can
the city could consider, where we can be a film friendly
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Well, we have some experience with that already, because we had a filmmaker come to the mayor's office, and he made a film. Actually, my house is in it, so, which is a long story. But, I mean, I think that I think, to be honest with you, that would be a fabulous
Yes.
conversation for us to
Yes.
have, you know, maybe November. How can the GBPAC set up something so that we can, maybe, I don't know about tax incentive, but certainly how we can ease the process for filmmakers to come and certainly utilize city spaces.
Definitely. And we also have a Green Bay channel, right? It's public.
We do,
And
yeah.
that's like kind of.
Yeah, it's
not-
city.
But there are existing models like Atlanta, you know, is the new Hollywood, you know, so we don't have to
Really?
reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of films are being,
Yeah, we could get.
so we can just
That's
do a
awesome.
little research.
Yeah, let's do that. Vigorate that.
Get that going.
Yeah. So Lee, do you have any other questions or?
No, and I just want to see how the players are over time, because
Yeah.
that's helpful to me to know who I have as resources to put things together from my standpoint.
And Lee, I don't know if you're gonna come every meeting, so hopefully someone
We
from
hope so.
Civic Symphony would come. Well, but
You need
there's
some
many
coherence,
people.
so with
Yeah.
that, it's just a matter of an issue of time. It
Right.
depends what I do with work this
Yeah.
fall and the
Um,
symphony is.
One of
Okay.
the things is also as on a advisory capacity, like if we're going to be inviting the Art Garage to come to the table.
Yeah.
Because they've, in the last few months when I wasn't there, and now like having seen what they've managed to accomplish in the last few months with, you know, because we've been changing a lot.
Mhm.
So it'd be nice to see them represented here.
Do you have a
too.
suggestion who we could invite?
So that would have to go through and get voted on, who we're gonna be sending over here. But if that's an option, I can bring it to them and say, hey, you know, we would like.
As a liaison, sure.
Mhm, as a liaison, yeah. If that's,
Yeah, definitely.
yes, okay.
They definitely
Because they're
would do well.
really, so I know something that's coming on the agenda that's being considered in, is like, for example, outside murals. You know, that would be interesting to, you know, and also they're growing, and expanding their studios, and, you know, a lot of renovations are happening, and they had a great youth camp this summer. We've had 127 kids go through that. So that was the most we've had, you know, and they're expanding into all year programming and all that. So, you know, just to have, to see, I don't know who from the team would be there,
Okay.
could come in, but
I
if
think
that's
we
okay.
should consider that, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, then I can reach out. Or would you like to? Then at least you know who you're talking to. But I can give you names.
Yeah.
Okay.
She used to be on the board for the art garage, so. Oh, you are, okay. She's on the board till October for the art garage.
Until my term ends.
Okay, well, welcome, Lee, thanks for coming very much. Okay, can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to,
All-
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Very good. Thank you very much, everyone. For future reference, you guys don't have to say about but we appreciate it. Come to anyone that you want.
That was a skill in of itself to be able to run meetings. I like that.
Yeah, sometimes it's not a screenshot.
Be free and,
Oh, yeah.
appointed.
I like that too.